Good day, podcast community. You're on the Technology Matters podcast. This is Podcast Pete, your host. And today we're going to talk about how can a free assessment 10x your business? 3 tips to activate. So if you want to 10x your business, this is something you should use in your business. And it's free. Let me repeat it. It's free. So here we go. The 3. Okay. Leads are everything in your business. If you don't activate your leads, you have nothing. So you have to develop a gateway to leads, and that's where assessments come in. Now, if you're not sure about assessments, I'm going to give you a resource right now. Daniel Priestley. Go out there and just Google his name and understand how important assessments. The SCORE app is what you want to employ. It's the best out there. And it's the best way to get leads. Because if you don't know where a person or a business is, how can you support them? How can you solve their problem? The answer, is you can't. So many people want to sell before they even know what a problem is. So you're selling somebody, you don't even know what problem you're solving. The assessment gives you the information. Then when you get that information, you know where the person is. You know what problem they have. Then you can pinpoint your solution, your problem solving issue, whatever it is in your business. But you have to do it first with an assessment. And it's free. It's free. And we're going to give you our masterclass in just a little bit. This is the first one in our masterclass, 10 steps to scale your business. And you got to have an ecosystem, but that's a podcast for another day. We're going to focus this one on assessments and how to 10x your business. So you set it up, a person, you're always encouraging, selling the assessment, not the end result, because you don't know a person until you can assess them, where they are in their business, where they are in their life. Doesn't matter. You have to assess them. So you have to put that assessment out there. That's why it generates leads, because now you're using a rifle approach as opposed to throw up on people, which a lot of us do. I used to do it. I mean, just throw, because you're so excited about what you have. Well, you're excited, but the prospect, they're not. They don't know anything about what you're doing. So you can't throw up on people. You know what that would do. It would get people to run, and that's what most of us tend to do. That's why I did it for years. And I was wondering why do they ghost me? Why do they disk me? Why do they leave? So one of the things you might say, and this is a podcast for another day, but it's already been done, is do this. Do you know how? State your problem, then wait for them to say yes, curious, nod. I do this. Solution. Then, if they're interested, they'll ask you for your card. If they don't, they're not interested. So don't give them your card. It's kind of like, you see these people yelling and screaming about whether it's whatever it is, you can't just yell louder and hope that the people are going to listen. You have to build curiosity. Seth Godin says, permission marketing. He created email marketing by making sure people give you permission to dialogue with you. We're in the open season right now of Medicare. I get at least 1 to 2 texts a day, 5 days a week. Maybe not 5, maybe 4. They obviously don't do it on Friday. I don't think I've ever got one on Friday, but they're texting you. They're coming into your phone. You did not give them permission, and they think they're going to yell at you. they put a million texts out there and they get 3 people to respond. So they keep doing it because they just automate everything. But what it does is it just annoys people. When you do something, they don't have permission. So when it comes to the assessment, they're taking the assessment. So I'm going to show you how it works. You go to our assessment, PeteKane.me, and go and take our assessment. See what it's like to be able to learn about you. When you do that, we know, and now we can see if we have a solution for you. Because in our business, if a person doesn't want to 10x grow their business and scale it, they're not our community. And I had a situation the other day, it was last week, when I asked a simple question. This was just a buying signal question. If you could put $1 into a ATM machine and it would spit out $10, how many dollars would you put in? And he immediately said, I about fell out of my chair. Oh, no, I wouldn't do that. I said, why? He goes, I'm just looking for a sale. I thought you were interested in buying my video service. I said, no, I'm interested in collaborating with you. No, I can't do that. I'm 73. Okay. Thank you so much for your time. And I hung up. So that's not our people. If somebody says, oh, I'd put as many dollars in as I could possibly find, then that's a person with an abundance mindset that knows that it is an obvious question, but for me, it's a buying signal. Did I need to spend any more time with that person? No, not one more second, because it would be a waste of time, because his mindset was so focused on making one sale. And so when I met him at a trade show, I called him back a couple weeks later, and then he called me back, but he thought I was looking to get his service, one sale. But little did he know that the gold was right there. I wanted to collaborate with him because at 73, I searched him. I searched him online. He doesn't have a clue of how to leverage digital assets. Even though he's doing a digital asset, a video, he's not opening up his mind to the possibilities of, say, an assessment. And if he would have drove me to an assessment, he could have determined if I was worth calling back. And if I say something on the assessment that doesn't give him the idea that he has a solution to my problem, there's no sense wasting time. So many of us waste time. We waste time by not knowing if a person is interested. So going back to assessment, this can be set up for free. And so I'm going to give you a link because we give away a free bonus if somebody takes not only our assessment, but also gets our assessment from us, because Daniel Priestley, smart man, has an affiliate. Everybody should have an affiliate. Provide people the resources that if they want to spread the word, they can. They don't have to, but if they're going to be your raving fans, reward them. Instead of running ads and paying money for cold traffic, take care of your warm traffic first. There's nothing wrong with running ads, but don't do that first. Do the warm market first. Talk to your friends. Give them your pitch. Show your solution. Share your solution. And if people give you dollars, they're validating what you have. If they say that's a good idea for somebody else, they're not interested in buying. So don't think that you have to go sell your friends. But if you have a solution and they're willing to pay you, that's a whole different situation. So the one tip, get that assessment. 2, let me see here. You got to track it. So you've heard the idea of track your KPIs, your key performance indicators. Okay. So if you enroll 8 out of 10 people, and you never want to roll 100% because no way 100% of the people are going to be a good match for your avatar or your ideal customer. There's no way. It doesn't work that way. It's always 80-20. So 20% of the people, you're just going to not, it's not your people. But if you know that you get 10 assessments a week, and of those assessments, you're going to enroll 8 of those, then you have a predictable number to look for, to put your marketing towards, getting the assessment, having people raise their hand, saying they're interested, giving you permission to pursue that person, that business. So know your KPIs. So what you're focused on is outcome, results. And the results are, in this case, starting the journey. Occasionally, somebody's going to be one of those 3% that's ready to buy, but the 97% you're leaving if you don't look at the 97% margin. Maybe they're not ready to buy now. They need another couple buying signals because you're going to hear a number in everything we do, 7-11-4, 7-11-4. Now, it's not 7-Eleven, the convenience store. It's 7 hours of content that a person has to digest of you online. That means podcast. That means videos. That means books. That means assessment. That means a white paper. That means anything that's an asset, a digital asset. And when they do that, they're making buying signals. So through the course of the 7 hours, they're raising their hand each time because they're doing something. They're doing something. They're taking action. They believe you have the solution. And when they believe you have the solution, they'll continue the journey because 11 is the zero moment of truth. That's Google had that term. And it's basically 11 times when you show buying signals, which would be, in their case, would be search. You're searching for information because you're interested in the problem that needed to be solved. And so when you search something 11 times, now that's in the search world that was coined, the zero moment of truth. But if you look at the digital world, it's a lot of different things. And when you do that, and you raise your hand 11 times, you make 11 buying signals through 4 different platforms. What's a platform? Facebook, a book, a podcast, a white paper, an interview, a conversation. All these kind of things are different platforms. When that happens, the brain clicks. It's like it's magical. And the reason you can digest this is because look at a situation when a big star, like a movie star or an actor or an actress, somebody that gets a lot of exposure out there passes away. You feel like a person in your own family passed because you know them so well through their movies, through their different things. You look at Steve Jobs when he passed. I remember seeing like a memorial of flowers and notes because he moved people through his innovation and technology. And he moved people for people to get to know him. He was the face of Apple at the time. He put an ecosystem in. He put the connection emotionally to the products. He had a brand that people paid more for because they trusted him. They trusted him over his journey. And so you look at how he ran his life. That's why so many people just were devastated when he passed. Now, the new person, Tim Cook, he's carried the baton. Obviously, he trained him well because it's the most valuable company in the world. And usually when you change leaderships, you can dip. But if that person was able to train and mentor and put the characteristics of the ecosystem, the personality, he's out there when a new product comes in. He's the person, the point person. So you know of Tim Cook, not necessarily Apple. You know the Apple because you see the brand, but it comes with the person first. So that's why I want you to think of the person, but that's a little bit to the 80-20 is you want to be able to know the problems of your prospect and can you solve them? And if you can solve them and they give you 11 buying signals, click. They see you on 4 different platforms. They think they know you, they like you, they trust you, they want to do business with you. So that's why first, do a free assessment, drive people assessment. Second, KPIs, monitor how many assessments. If you need 8 sales a week, you need 10 assessments. And you'll be able to see what that formula. I'm just giving you general 80-20 principles. The last, and Daniel Priestley does this too, and it's part of the assessment process, is have a capacity limit. Limit your capacity. When you do that, you overprescribe whatever you're doing. You look at Rolex watches. If you want to buy one today, got to get on a waiting list. That's how they can get top dollar for what they communicate to a person. You can't just go into a jewelry store and buy one right off the shelf. Now, you can buy one if somebody's wanting to sell it on eBay or something like that, but I'm talking about the way they approach things by overprescribing the demand. So in your services, overprescribe. Be able to put a limit on your capacity. I remember when, I think it was Cabbage Patch, they were limited there for a while. They understood it at the beginning, then they just opened the door. When you open the door and you have unlimited capacity, price drops. Just drops. Just like an airline ticket. If you want to buy a ticket to LA, you can buy it just about any time. You can get on a plane 2 minutes before the boards if you buy a ticket. Are you going to pay more than if you got it 2 weeks before that? Yes, supply and demand. Because you need to get to that place, it's a little bit more, but you can still buy it. So if you look at your business, look at your capacity, determine your capacity. When you determine your capacity, you determine the value proposition. So we have a program coming out, a beta. We're only looking for 20 people. So everybody can't get in because we're going to absolutely put the most value anybody's ever seen in 10xing and scaling their business because we want 20 success stories. So we're going to activate our team in the Philippines. We're going to activate AI. We're going to activate every single one of our 10 steps in our ecosystem to bring success to those 20 people. Now, to get in, it's not going to be easy because I don't want somebody that's not going to show up each week because I have to have you to formulate, I have to have that hour to formulate the strategy. And if a person says, I'll come every once in a while, nope, you won't because you won't be one of the 20. But if you're committing to an hour and then you're committing to the content creation time, then you'll be considered. And it'll be the lowest and the most value of anything we do going forward. Because if you haven't understood, gotten off the busy bus and onto the purpose plane to understand how AI is going to change your business, you're missing an opportunity. Because there's 2 groups. There's the ones that wonder what happened, and then there's the ones that was part of the wave, part of the momentum. You want to be part of, obviously, the second group. And if you hear a soundbite that somebody says, "Oh, it's going to eliminate all the jobs. It's going to do this," and they just emphasize the negative part of it, you'll miss out because you won't want to do it. But if you dig in and take the free course, that our 9th step that Jeff Bourgeois puts on, you'll have a better understanding. And while we're talking about that, I want to just really emphasize the importance of doing your homework, finding out. That's why we give you a free masterclass. You don't even have to put a name in an email. Just go take it. See our ecosystem. And when you get to number 9, take Jeff's free course. Because I will tell you, once you understand AI, your day will change forever. You won't waste time. You'll be putting intentional time towards outcome, and you'll realize how much it can influence your ability to have the best year ever next year and beyond. Because for those that embrace it, it's going to be the biggest transformation we've ever seen in this world. It's going to make electricity look like a minor shift. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but it's going to be that powerful. It will make electricity look small compared to what's coming. But you want to be on the front end of it. Be an early adopter by gathering your information to decide how you're going to put it into your business. And the free course that Jeff offers gives you the ability to learn how this technology, this tool, can absolutely change your business and your life as you know it today. So the younger people, they're on it. People like myself, 67, we're like, no, it won't be that big of a change. Hey, look, they said the .com came and it did, and it was going to do. They said, what was that other thing? The turn of the century, everything was going to shut down. That was 24 years ago. Everything was going to stop. I mean, if you believe that hype, you were like getting all the water, getting all the food, because everything was going to shut down because it couldn't switch the clocks over to 1999 to 2000. And the only thing that happened is the people that stocked up had a lot of stuff. So if you buy into the hype, you'll buy into the wrong message. You want to buy into learning it yourself. Self-improvement, personal development, learn, grow. We have Growth Day, which is one of our 10 steps, is the largest community of personal development in the world by Brendon Burchard. And so when you take that, you can understand a little bit about how important you grow, especially in this age of not just getting more information in your head. You still got to think. Take information, process it, apply it. You don't need to have the latest and greatest of whatever it is. Learn what you have and go deep. Same with your relationships. Go deep in your relationships. You don't need 1,000 friends. You need a group of close friends that you spend time with, that you develop the relationship. And when you do that, you have a richer life. A little bit off course there, but go get our free masterclass. Masterclass you can get at petekane.me/masterclass. If you want to take our assessment, go take our assessment at petekane.me and just take it to experience it. So let's go through the 3. 1, offer a free assessment. 2, track and manage your KPIs, which is your free assessments. So if you want to grow your business and add 8 new clients a week, you need 10 assessments. That's a general guideline. It obviously doesn't work completely, but I'm just trying to give you monitor, manage your KPIs. And then the last one is limit your capacity. You got to have an overprescribed community. So you can manage it better when you overprescribe. Then you're adding more value to those people, like we're doing with the 20 betas. That way we get results for those 20. That's why we're asking the questions when they're joining. Will you show up for an hour each week? Will you create content with us each week? And if the answer is yes, they're getting in a position to be one of those 20 beta tests. And so if you're interested in being a part of the early adopters to get results, to be able to implement our ecosystem, take our assessment. Go to PeteKane.me, take the assessment. That's the first step. If you come to me and say you're ready to join, I don't care. You can't. You won't. So, but if you're ready to go through the ecosystem so you can learn how we do things and how we want you to be able to implement the 10 steps, because anybody can plug their expertise in our ecosystem. That's the way it's set up. So thank you so much. Appreciate you being with me. Share this with anybody you think has the mindset to grow by 10x, to scale. Because we're getting into the most exciting time in our lifetime. And that's the evolution of AI, the evolution of online branding, the evolution of the digital footprint, the evolution of moving from one era to another. We're at the last end of the industrial era. It's all been robots and it's all changing. And so the manpower shift is going to change too. So you want to be part of where it shifts. So be valuable by understanding what's out there. So you can build your business with the first step, which is first step of 10, free assessment. So I'll give it one more time before I go to Pete Kane, get our masterclass, PeteKane.me/masterclass, and start the process of unleashing your potential, because you have unlimited potential. Be bold, make an impact. When you do that, the world is your oyster. Thank you so much. Share this with anybody you think could benefit.